Welcome back, everybody. We are here on the NBA side. We're going to start off talking about the hottest man in the NBA. I'm not talking about looks because we're not getting on that side. We're talking about who's playing the best right now, who's looking like an MVP. His name is none other than Steph Curry. This man's coming out shooting threes all night long. He's trying to do something special. He's trying to break Ray Allen's record for all-time three-pointers. He's only 10 away. He's got a matchup against his brother in Philadelphia. His dad will be in attendance. Ray Allen might be there. Do you think he has what it takes to make 10 threes against Philadelphia's defense?
That's tough to ask, but it is Steph Curry.
It is Steph Curry.
So if he puts up 30 shots, he easily could hit 10 threes. I definitely think he could.
Yeah, and
he's gunning for it, so he could go for like 20, 30 shots.
He's definitely gunning for it. He's been out the gates firing. He's been letting it be known that he is attempting threes. Last night, actually, or 2 nights ago, rather, he shot 12 three-pointers in the first half.
Damn.
And that's the second.
Yeah, he's gunning for it. Yeah, and that's basically around the average to go about 30, 27, somewhere in there.
Yeah. He's not shy about getting the record.
Not at all, man. And one thing I thought was crazy, too, is who do they play next after that?
Let me check.
Because my thought being, quite possibly, is he going to be like 1 or 2 away, and then the first or second shot of the game is going to be the record breaker, the next one.
So they'll be moving from Philadelphia to Indiana and playing against the Pacers, where if he doesn't break it in Philadelphia, he better break it.
Yeah, see, that kind of shoots my narrative down because I was thinking maybe they were going to be at home, so it'd be like, oh, he's going to have it at home, and maybe
maybe Larry Bird will be there.
Yeah, right. but I mean, that's cool though.
It would mean way more against Philly, not just because of the team, just because his brother's going to be guarding him at times.
Oh yeah, what if he hits it in his brother's face, dude?
Yeah.
I don't mean just hit it on him guarding him. I mean in his face, full on. You shouldn't hit the shot, and Steph's just like freaking wet.
Yep, but at the same time, teams are preventing him. They don't want it to happen against them. So they've been. Yeah. Curry hasn't been shooting amazing from three lately. He's actually shooting. His numbers have been trending downwards, but he's just. I think once he gets this record, I think we're going to start seeing him be more relaxed. He's trying to get it.
Sure. I feel like it's just one of those things where he's so mind driven right now to get it. It's like, dude,
before Clay comes
you
back,
might actually already have it.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get it before Clay comes back. He should be back for Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. He also, if he gets 10, he could try to break Clay's record for most points in the game. Is at 14, I think. Really? So if he's at 10, you get, hey, maybe I'll break 2 records at once.
Right.
Because he talked about breaking it. He said it was 1A and 1B for which one he would want to break. And he has the opportunity to do both.
Yeah, for real.
In
he could do it 2 and 1. Yeah, same game, everything. That's crazy.
But it is pretty crazy to see this history be made. I wish I was there. It's just right down the road in Philadelphia, not too far. But
we've been down to Wells Fargo and
we've been to Wells Fargo. We've seen Steph Curry at Wells Fargo.
We've seen enough fans giving up at halftime.
The 73 win team we watched live.
Yeah, dude, I remember that. That was a hell of a game to watch.
Yep.
It really was.
Harrison Barnes hit a corner 3 for the win at the buzzer.
Yeah, that was a really good game, honestly.
Yep. That was a really fun game to watch. But there'll be more history to be made there. And do you think Curry's record will ever be broken? Because we kind of thought this when we saw Ray Allen. And even before that with Reggie Miller.
I mean, records are meant to be broken, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
Like, we all evolve.
It's just crazy to think.
We've not seen just going down the road in life and, us evolving. It's going to get broken. Just like, the only thing I honestly put, really to a test with that is a lot of, players like a Brady kind of guy or, someone in the NBA that is like that, where it's, you have to play 20-something seasons to get this stat. You can't play less than it because it requires this much time, this many games. Some of those, the Iron Man stats for football where Brett Favre had, so many number, I forget, it was 300 or 200 something number of games played in a row, not missed. And he was injured a lot, broken ribs, broken fingers, even on his throwing hand through that, shoulder, rotator cuff stuff, all that. So it's some people just fight through it more. And, there's a lot of those things like that. I don't know. You got to put it up to that, I guess, at the end of the day. But most records are meant to be broken. Yeah.
The only exception I might add to that is John Stockton's steals record, because that is just, unbelievable.
Yeah, no, that one's another one where it's and especially now at the NBA being, I hate to say it, but I just put it as being, lazy. like a lot of players just casually come up the court now, and
And chuck up a three.
It's not as like
it's
it's
the
not
evolution of the game.
I guess I just put it as I know we don't watch that much, or I don't watch that much college basketball. But when it comes around to March Madness, you see everyone. It's like full court press after halftime, basically, and sometimes before that if the game really calls for it, because you don't have the guys to gun with a big team.
Mm-hmm.
But like you don't see like almost any urgency out of these players until 5 minutes in the game.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but for professional basketball, that's pretty shitty.
Yeah, I remember,
honestly.
especially like younger as a kid, I'd be like, I watch
yeah.
NBA games, like, I don't mind missing the first like 3.5 quarters. Like,
Yeah,
I'll watch the last 5 minutes of the fourth because it's so
not
lazy.
Much bruising body, moving around the paint. It's a lot of like just find a quick open shot, this little crap, and you're kind of like left to be like, not that you got cheaped out of seeing a game because you still saw some great shots, some awesome cool dunks, alley oops, whatnot. It'd be, shout out to Evan Turner, the Bulls game, lighting it up with that 360 dunk.
Oh yeah,
that was
nice.
hot, dude. But I mean, unless it's like playoff atmosphere basketball, it's kind of not that great a quality.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when pump it up with all this halftime performance shit and dunking guys on damn trampolines and stuff. So like, they got to make it a spectacle because it ain't as great as it has been. That's what I look at it.
Yeah, and then you got teams that have like 20-point leads at halftime, and then they end up losing, and it's like
for real, like 100%, man.
But again, like how we're saying, it's just everyone shooting threes, so the record will probably be broken. It's the evolution of the game, and it's like looking back, like I mean, Curry, he like about like 45% of his shot attempts are threes for his entire career. I think it's technically like 41. But like looking at like Ray Allen wasn't a Steph Curry back in the day. Like when he was with Milwaukee and Seattle, he was an elite 3-level scorer.
Yeah,
he was not
was an all-around
Boston
guy.
or Miami.
Yep.
He would shoot a good amount of threes with the other teams, and he would hit them.
Mm-hmm.
But he would also shoot a lot more like twos and dunks.
Yeah,
it wasn't really till Boston when
he just set back at the three.
Boston and Miami, almost like 50% of his shots.
Yeah.
Were threes.
But I mean, he was hitting them.
He fit that role perfectly with Boston too.
Yeah.
I think when they traded him, like they didn't get, I think maybe what they expected, but like he fit that perfectly.
Oh yeah.
But could you imagine if he was in Steph Curry's position, like why don't you sit corner three, or like just Ray Allen's more catch and shoot than Curry. Curry can do it off the dribble better than Ray.
Definitely.
But
the way I look at it is, you kind of see like a lot of guys like LeBron, like you kind of see him now where he's, I guess new age guys manage their body in the way of how many games they play, and they still play with the same intensity. I kind of put Gronk, I rope him into that. He's that old style, like let me just five dudes dragging on me, I'm gonna still go, like forget it. Even if I blow my ACL, like that's just how I play. And then there's guys like Ray Allen and guys like Deion Branch. They used to play for the Patriots, Seahawks, whatnot. They're kind of guys where, like Deion Branch, you'd see him catch a ball over the middle, go down. Catch a ball on the side, he knows he's going to get cracked, go down. Save himself. Ray Allen, I'll say this much. I loved him on the Celtics. I would have never traded him for anyone else, nothing like that. When his time came, it's what it is. But the man was immaculate at getting around screens on offense and moving away, without the ball. One of the best ever to me, honestly, besides, like, the only other guy in the Celtics, only themselves, not the rest of the league, would be Avery Bradley. He was very good at that as well. But he also did it on defense.
When healthy.
Yeah, when healthy. He also did it on defense, unlike Ray Allen. Ray Allen on defense, you could always see the lack of effort, and he would rather go underneath instead of fight over, and led to a lot of points on the other end. But, great thing with the Celtics was they put up a lot of points on offense, so they could deal with it most nights. It was just, you get to the playoffs and you have some of those games that got a little tight. I think they could have won some more rings if Ray Allen played a little harder on defense.
Yeah.
Maybe
some of that came with age too,
Paul
though.
Pierce may have some other thoughts.
He was into his, 11th, 12th year in the NBA at that point.
But man, he was still elite. Like he was not the back end of Miami. He really was the
top shooter,
Daddy A kind of shooter guy.
Yeah,
he really, like in Miami. It's not that he did a disservice to anything or like himself or like the team, but he just was not, like, after that first championship, he was not the same guy after that. That was a big shot. Shot.
Oh yeah.
But he just, old guy, everything, but damn, like it went downhill fast for him. There's all I'll say.
Yeah. And the jumper is the last thing that goes.
Oh yeah, no, because he was still just draining them, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And now, I mean, hell, the dude still does everything. He's up here, living in Connecticut, living his lavish best life.
He's coaching his son's AAU teams.
Yeah, coaching his son's AAU teams, man. Dude bikes I think it's 10 miles or more every day.
Stays healthy.
He always posting about his bike routine, the track and stuff. I'm like, damn, bro. He's still working.
Yep. Taking care of his body. That's good to see.
For real, man. More people got to be like that, or the TB12 way, and staying on the grind all the time.
Well, let's go to a little bit opposite of the immaculate shooting.
Yep.
We got a little word in from a Woj-bomb just a few minutes ago about Ben Simmons.
Oh, boy.
I guess some trade talks are brewing. I know we hear this every now and then, but it's been pretty quiet lately. But almost instantly after that came out, there was another report from Portland saying, "Stop talking to us, Philadelphia. We're not giving you Dame. We're not giving you CJ. We're not getting Ben Simmons." There's been rumors and rumors and rumors about Dame wanting out, Dame wanting Ben, and tweet after tweet, year after year, 6 years now, Dame saying, "I didn't say any of this.
Yep.
I don't want this. It didn't come from me. Don't listen to it.
Yep.
I want to be here." It goes over and over, and Chauncey Billups, the new head coach for them, had to come out and say, "I still can't believe he has to continue saying and professing his love for the city and for the organization and for letting people know that he wants to be here. That's kind of the world we live in." But he's been very, very clear about his intentions and what he wants to be and where he wants to do it at.
But it is the world, dude. He's not lying. Everything's instant gratification. Everyone wants something right at their hands. And when you're talking about a team that's as stagnant as the Trailblazers are, it's hard as a fan base not to get impatient. But if your man's sitting there,
if he's happy,
promising that he's happy, he's saying what he's doing, he's releasing his rap songs, he's doing all this shit, and he's balling at an elite level, and still an elite level at how many years now straight? 5-6 years straight of just straight incline balling?
Yeah.
Man, what the hell else? He can make, maybe now, they'll make moves to get better, but
they have to.
They got it.
It's up to the front office
clock is
now.
ticking. Eventually, that I'm here time clock will tick out.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially if CJ is I can't do this no more, and maybe his contract's up sooner. They got something on their hands. But for now, man, take the man for his word. He's got years left. Leave it what it is. Don't read too much. These fans are ruining a lot of teams here. Or maybe not fans exactly, but media narratives, all that.
They're going to run him out because they're putting words in his mouth, bro.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
But no, you hit the spot, bro. When you were saying, what did you just say?
Stuff about media and all that,
I can't remember. Team. But, the front office is going to need to get him some help.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Or, like you said, that timer's going to go off. We just saw this with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal just signed an extension a year ago, maybe.
Yep.
They asked him again, "Are you going to sign another extension?" He says, "At some point, I got to start getting selfish." He's like, this is the first time I've ever heard Bradley Beal say anything like that. He's been the most loyal person in the NBA outside of Dame.
But it's a business.
Curry, I guess.
But it's a business,
It is business. And that's when he's starting to realize that. And is Dame going to start realizing that? So the front office, again, just needs to hammer home. They need to get someone. I wouldn't say get rid of CJ. I'd keep CJ unless you can get another great player. But I wouldn't. Yeah, Dame's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, man, I think of it in this way. Funny we're talking about the Trailblazers because the people that most people are going to sit there and go, "Oh, athletes should be happy. They're paid, many millions and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah." Well, a lot of them got to realize that not all these millions are just going to their pocket. They spread this out between charities, all this stuff. They do a lot for people because of what they get.
They only get a certain percentage of their paycheck, too.
Yes, exactly.
They don't get 100% of the paycheck.
No, exactly.
It's 60, I think, percent.
For real. And that's why I'm sitting here they make great money. Well, all that crap. They get a ton of free stuff,
still
sponsorships.
A lot of money.
Yeah, tons and all this crap. More than they ever freaking need. And it's why a lot of these guys can support
But that's
their
average base salary. That's what they're paid.
Exactly. And it's because all these people buy the jerseys and because they go to the games and they buy the food at the game. It's
what you bring in.
Why they get paid what they get and why it always is inclining and going up and because the ratings. And it's all part of one thing moving them in that direction with paychecks.
You don't want them paid that much. Don't watch the game. Don't buy their product.
Exactly.
I'm not saying do that. Actually, we want you to do it.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like it's a great product at the end of the day, to its point. And I mean, I don't know. I just look at it as, leave the man alone. Let them all do what they're gonna do. And these dudes are gonna ball, and they're gonna talk at the end of the day. It's just the world we're in now, and we gotta all sit back and be like everyone else with people on social medias, man. Just all right.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't agree, man, y'all always gotta come back with some bullshit. You can agree to disagree, or just that's cool, man, yeah, and walk off. Too many damn fights and stupid shit.
And if Portland can get another guy, I mean, Dame has just been losing to Curry. I mean, that's like everybody in the East losing to LeBron.
Dude, 100%, man. And it's kind of that flip, and now LeBron's a little older, so it's not even.
Yeah,
he
Lakers,
ain't just running that show, man. The show's kind of running him right now.
Yeah, and the Lakers. We'll talk about them a little bit. I mean, Russell Westbrook reminds me a little bit of Ben Simmons. He tries to shoot, but he kind of almost shoots just the same. He bricks so much.
Real.
Actually, quickly, Ben Simmons, the Sixers are looking for a top 25 player back from him. So
that's tall order.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, even last year, I'd say Ben Simmons is better than a top 25 player. So
it's close, man. The shooting, it's just so many teams are fixated on that shooting, so it's tough. Yeah. But he is a really good all-around player, and like we said before, if we put him a little further down the paint there,
so we'll see the future. We'll see what happens.
He's an aggressive player. A paint player that's a little undersized and aggressive. Take a fighter over all them pussy boys at the end of the day. If he's in a little emotional,
don't let him play point guard. Yeah, put him down low.
Yeah, for real.
But back over to Westbrook, this man's been going off over his last week or 5 games or so. He's been putting up roughly 25, 10, and 6, something like that. And so he's definitely. I mean, I've watched a handful of Lakers games. They've been on TNT a couple nights now, and I see a lot of his shots, and they're still clanking halfway off the backboard. It's pretty funny to watch. But he has been going off. They're only 7 seed though, like you said. The Lake Show isn't looking like the Lake Show anymore.
Like a shit show right now.
What's going on with AD? We see Charles Barkley calling out AD, saying you're supposed to be in your prime, and you're barely playing. You're playing soft. We've seen him get pushed around. Yeah, AD's not the man he was in New Orleans.
Not at all. But it's been rough, man. I mean, they've all been hurt to a decent point at different points in the season. It just has not been the same kind of year for them by any stretch of the imagination, honestly. Sucks, but it's how it goes, man. It's the NBA for you, and this is the first time LeBron gets a little taste of what he's been doing to other teams. Yeah. Creating that inconsistency, creating that maybe not great vibe every day you show up to work.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got to figure out, it's easy to be a leader when you're on top. Bron, step up and lead your team.
Yep. Show us why you're the leader.
Now you got your old Freedom Cantor over there chirping at you, and the world, and Nike, and all this stuff, and now you got a shit show instead of the Lake Show in your hands. So
you got to bring it back like 07. Bring that squad up, raise it on your shoulders.
For real, got to be real Jesus here now. And put that sun and throw it on up there like a big old discus.
Yeah,
for real, man. It's getting heavy over there in LA, but they go sliding off the ocean, it might not matter. Just move somewhere else.
Yep.
But yeah, man. I mean, what else you got in the dock for us here in the NBA?
Well, we can't forget to mention one of the teams that's on a 8-game streak right now. You wouldn't even guess this team I'm about to say. They've just beat the Brooklyn Nets to get their 8th straight win in the Western Conference, and they're a terrible team. They had a top draft pick. The Houston Rockets.
That was wild. I couldn't believe that. They had it all game, too, really. They were pedal to the metal.
Christian Wood has been playing out of his mind.
Wait, I thought, they played the Nets last night.
The Nets, that's just that, right?
Oh, I thought you said Bucks.
Did I say Bucks? I meant Brooklyn. I meant to say
Brooklyn.
The
Nets, because the Heat played the Bucks. That's why I was confused. I'm like, the West?
Yeah.
But no, you good, though?
Yeah. So they beat the Nets.
Damn.
But Christian Wood's playing out of his mind. All young guys, Kane Martin Jr. But their number 2 overall pick, Jalen Green, hasn't been playing great so far this season. He's actually on the think they're 2-16 with Jalen Green, and like 9 and something else with him, or 8 and whatever else.
Really
and
good.
he actually has the lowest plus minus. He has the worst in the league. So, granted, he's on a bad team, but his teammates aren't on that list with him.
Yeah, right, for real.
But they have been doing hot, and they are fighting for a play-in tournament spot. One other team that is doing really hot in the league does not need a win. They might stay in first seed. Is the brain fart right now? The Suns.
Yeah. Suns are playing hot, man. They have been pedal to the metal. They had, 18 games in a row, and maybe we called here on last week's show getting that big old fat loss on Friday night to the Warriors.
And now they got the Celtics coming up tonight.
Yep. It's going to be a big game.
That'll be a great game to see.
Yeah, I mean, maybe great for the Phoenix fans that are going to get a dub. Probably a pretty easy one because
we'll see if Booker's playing. Booker's been in and out.
Yeah,
mostly out with injury. But we're gonna kick it over to the East really quickly. Not much going on in the East, but rumor has it that the Pacers are looking to rebuild. We saw T.J. McConnell. He got hurt and he decided to take surgery, so he's out for the season. Their coach
decision make there. I mean, you got to do it sometimes, dude.
Yep. So they came out and said they're going to trade a few players. Their coach actually just got COVID too, so he's not going to be around to help them. So they're going to go full rebuild mode and try to get a good pick. They're also going to trade Karis LeVert by the trade deadline. They're also looking to trade either Sabonis or Miles Turner. And one person who did not take that lightly was Miles Turner. I don't know if you heard what he said.
I did not. What did he say?
So after they came out and said that they're trading two of those 3 players, he said, "It's clear that I am not valued as anything more than a glorified role player here, and I want something more opportunity. I'm trying hard to make the role that I'm given here to work and find a way to maximize it. I've been trying for the past 2-3 seasons, but it's clear to me, number-wise, I'm not valued as more than a rotational role player, and I have a lot more higher regard for myself than that." So he's saying,
That's
you
tough,
keep
man.
Sabonis and I'm getting out of here and I'm going to ball my ass off in some other city.
I mean, that's tough, dude, because he's been I have been a Miles Turner on the train.
Yes, you have.
Nail on the head, man, but he is very inconsistent.
I'll take Turner. I like Turner a lot.
He's really good. He has great upside, but he just doesn't hit that ceiling as often as you want, though. I would have him on I mean, anyone would, but I would definitely have him on like a really good team. Like, I would take him honestly on the Lakers right now because he could be a guy that comes in on the bench and solidifies that role and being able to even be a playmaker because he is a big man playmaker.
Yeah,
that's the thing that a lot of people don't see out of him over there, tucked away in Indiana. Home of basketball.
And that's the thing, but like you said, he'll be great in LA. He'll be a great bench player. But I think what he's trying to say now is, I'm trying to start somewhere.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like he's just so perfect for that kind of role and like a great
He is. Team. He honestly is.
He would be even better if he could actually like put it together in a starting role. He just hasn't been able to.
And since it seems like the Pacers were debating, but they're getting rid of LeVert and they're debating between Sabonis and Turner. And so now Turner's kind of pushing himself out. And I think to make it easier, he seems like he wants to start. So he's going to want to go to probably a bad team. However, most likely, if he wants to start and they want to help them, give me to a bad team and I'll help you out, get out of here.
Yeah.
The only thing is the Pacers, they want good picks, they want young players back, and a bad team isn't going to have that.
Yeah.
So what might happen, you might see some 3-way trades going on too. So you never know. There's going to be a lot to watch on the Pacers end. That's for sure, man. That's going to be a tough one, honestly, but. I mean, Pacers have been doing well. They're a good team in their own right and everything. So they keep rolling, man. Who knows if all that calms down and the waters are that would be pretty wild. Better. Yeah, who knows? I mean, I think what day? December 16th, I think, about 80% of players are tradable. There's like a clause in everybody's contract. When you sign it, you have a certain day. I think right now only 60% of contracts are tradable, and once the 16th hits, 20 more percent, leading to 80% of the league can get traded.
Okay.
So that's a huge milestone. So on the December 16th, that's when we're going to start seeing a lot more rumors, if not trades, all the way through the trade deadline in March, I believe.
Shoot. All right, then.
But
crazy.
we're going to close up lastly with the USA Men's Olympics team.
The announcement today?
Yeah, announcement today. They just got replacing Greg Popovich, who is deciding to not coach, and they're going to replace him with his assistant coach, Steve Kerr. So he'll be coaching the 2024 Paris Olympics, and this was Grant Hill's first move as a managing director. It was his first big move, at least. They said he was looking for someone with significant accomplishment in international NBA and college stages, and he interviewed a handful of great candidates, and he decided to go with Steve Kerr. I think it was a great choice.
The other candidates?
Not that I've seen him. Not that I've seen. I don't know if they will. I'm sure they will later.
Yeah.
But right off the bat, because this was just announced that it's going to be Steve Kerr. It's going to be cool to see because you probably see Curry there, maybe.
See, but this is how I look at it. It's really cool to see it, but how did the Warriors run with Walton when he was out and everything? And
well, this is going to be in the sun. This won't be in the season.
No, I know it's not in season. What I'm saying though is like, you remember how they rolled their team like rolled on perfectly without him?
Yeah.
So is it him or is it his level of players that are on his roster? Which, granted, when you're on the USA team as the coach, you have the greatest players, obviously,
right.
Who will come, the only ones that will come, because not everybody comes.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like to stay.
I mean, I think Kerr is a great coach. I don't think – I mean, if you put another coach on the Warriors, they'll do great. We saw Mark Jackson go to the Warriors, and like he didn't start off amazing. He ended up doing pretty good, and the players like loved him more than anything.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, they're a lot to manage. I mean, it's every team. You can have the best team in the world. You can have the Warriors, and you can have a coach that doesn't do well with them.
LeBron with Tyronn Lue.
With Tyronn Lue, exactly. But that's when.
Not to say he's a bad coach, just
Tyronn.
It's just kind of one of those tags, I guess. Like where you're like, oh, this is just you have such a great player that does it, and then he comes to another city and does it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, they won, but LeBron is essentially the coach.
Yeah.
Curry doesn't do that.
No,
Curry lets the coach.
Yeah, no, that's why I see the difference. But I don't know. I guess I don't know. Popovich being out of there for the first time, it's see how it goes. That's all I'm gonna put on it.
But Kerr has been under Popovich's wing from years and years ago. Not even just the USA, back with the Spurs and just as a player, like he's known Pop a lot, and I think that was one of the biggest reasons they picked him was just because he's probably the closest candidate to Pop that they had.
Definitely.
That I could imagine.
For sure.
That's pretty cool to see. But we're going to wrap up our NBA segment by giving you our Beast and Weast. Wait. How are we going to...
Let me just do this.
Yeah.